Okay, so in this problem, we have three sets of fractions. 1, 2, and 3. We have three sets of fractions, and we are required to simplify these fractions and come up with an answer. So let's start with the first one. Now, we know how to solve this fraction. So we simply multiply 9 times 3, which is 27, plus 2 will give us 29 over 3. In this case, we will multiply 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 6, which is 27 over 7. And in this case, we multiply 1 by 6, which is 6 plus 5. It should give us 11 over 6. And let's bring down the signs as they are. Negative, positive. Now in this problem, we look at the denominators. We have 3, 7, and 6. And we know that we have a least common multiple in these two fractions. So we'll call this fraction number 1, fraction number 2, fraction number 3. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to solve fraction number 1 and fraction number 2 first, simply because I have a lowest common multiple LCM available in the denominators. So how do you find the lowest common multiple? Let's take the first denominator, which is 3, the lowest, and we can simplify this by putting in 3 times 1. Let's take the second denominator, we have 6, and we can write 6 as 3 times 2. Now we know 3 is common here, so we take 3. 1 and 2 are the uncommon integers. We multiply these and we get 6, which is your LCM. Okay, so when we are solving this problem here, 29 by 3 plus 11 by 6, which is fraction number 1 and fraction number 3, we solve this by first of all putting in the LCM in the denominator. Okay, and now because we have 3 in denominator of fraction number 1, we have to multiply the numerator by 2, and in fraction number 3 we will multiply this by 1, because 6 times 1 is 6. Okay, so 29 times 2 should give us 58 plus 11, and this results in 69 over 6. Now this can be solved further by using a multiple of 3. So we know 3 times 23 is 69, and 3 times 2 is 6. You can simply cancel out 3 from the numerator and denominator, and we are left with 23 by 2. Okay, so we can simply eliminate this fraction and this fraction. We are left by this fraction. Let's call this fraction number 4. Okay, and now we are left with fraction number 4 and fraction number 2. So let us solve it over here. So we have 23 by 2 minus fraction 2, which is this one here, which is 27 over 7. Now we know that we have uncommon denominators. So in this case, the denominator would be 2 times 7, and you multiply this numerator by 7 and this numerator by 2, which should give us 23 times 7 is 161 minus 27 times 2 is 54, and we are left with 107 by 14. So we take 107 divided by 14. You know 14 times 7 is 98, and we're left with 9. So we can finally come up with the answer where the answer would be this.